What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Tackle Tip Tuesday. I'm Johnny Schultz from Fish the Moment, and I want to talk to you about one of my favorite baits for catching suspended bass in the winter time, and that is the Shad 2.0 jig head with a 3.3-inch Kitech swing impact swim bait. This is a deadly combination whenever I'm fishing around some sort of cover in the wintertime and the bass are suspended. A lot of times I like to throw jerk baits for suspended bass around standing timber or brush piles, but a lot of times your hooks will get hung up in those areas and you can't fish a jerkbait through those areas effectively. That's where the Shad 2.0 comes in. This is an 1/8 ounce jig head with a cable guard weed guard. This allows you to fish this bait really slowly for suspended fish through heavy cover like trees, brush piles, things like that. And the great thing about this Shad 2.0 head is it was designed specifically to match with the Kitech Fat Impact series of swim baits. This is the 3.3-inch size, though you can use the 2.8-inch size as well. The head is an 1/8 ounce head, but it's poured with resin to make it a little bit bigger to match the profile of this bigger bodied swim bait. This makes it look a lot more natural in the water, and a lot of times when I'm fishing on Table Rock Lake where it's very clear, those spotted bass and largemouth can get really picky with your bait selection, and this bait has been designed to trick those clear water bass that are suspended. The way I fish this bait is I cast it out where I think fish are suspending in anywhere from 5 to 15 feet of water. I'll let it sink down for about 10 seconds and then just slowly reel that bait in as slow as you can crawl it. The goal is just to keep that bait in front of those fish's face as long as possible. That's why that 1/8 ounce head is critical. If you're using a 1/4 ounce or a 3/8 ounce head, it's going to fall too fast and you're gonna have to reel it too quickly to keep it in the strike zone. But this bait, when you reel it at that super slow pace, imitates a suspending jerk bait. And when you have a lot of cover around, or when you just have really calm, slick conditions, no wind, high skies, the swim bait can outperform the jerk bait in a lot of occasions. Now, when I'm fishing this bait, because it's so light, I need to use very specific equipment. My go-to equipment is a 7-foot medium action spinning rod. I want a 7-foot rod so I can cast this bait a long distance and make sure I can get it away from the boat in clear water, but you don't want a heavy action rod because you have a light wire hook with this bait. So a medium action, this is a Falcon Buku 7-foot medium action rod, is a perfect rod to match with a swim bait. As far as my reel, I just use a standard 20 or 30 size reel with 10-pound braided line as my main line, and then I connect that to a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader. I use an FG knot to connect my 6-pound fluorocarbon there, and I try to use anywhere from a 10 to a 20-foot leader with this bait. This is a sight-oriented bait, and they're going to be really inspecting this, so you want to make sure you have a lot of fluorocarbon between your knot and the bait. You also want to use 6-pound tests because that will keep that bait deeper, allow it to sink a little bit faster, and also, again, just give a little bit less presence to the bait in the water. This is a deadly technique to catch fish in the wintertime, and if you find yourself struggling to catch fish in a jerkbait in your clear water lakes, pick up the Jewel Bait Company Shad 2.0 with a 3.3-inch Kitech swim bait, and you're going to be putting them in the boat.